What's up guys, Gunthix here from Good Gaming. This is a showcase of my account. Now, I don't want to make this seem really showy or anything like that, so I'm going to try to do this in the least showy way possible, and I don't know how that's possible when I'm showcasing my account. This was a piece that I said if we ever reach 300 subscribers, I will personally show you my account. And as such, we have reached 300 subscribers. We did a lot faster than what I thought and what the rest of Good Gaming thought. So those guys are also working on an account tour for you as well as my own. Now this is my account. This is my character screen. I don't want to show you every one of my characters because that will be incredibly long. As you see, I have 24 of 26 character slots in use. I do eventually want to reach 30 character slots, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 5 of my top 5. I'm going to explain my characters. I'm going to I'll go through my bank and then I'll go through some quick skins. I will then also quickly go through some other things on my account, such as my titles. I don't have many achievements. As you can see, I have pretty much 13k you could say, and I don't do a lot of my dailies because dailies are actually, they put me out of my way to do them, so I don't care to do dailies anymore. And then I'll take you to my home instance, which is a great way to showcase something and also give you something back. After you've seen my showcase, if you would like to enter my home instance, you can contact me anytime during the game if I'm on, and I will let you into my home instance. Now let's kick this off. First up is Danique. If you watch my video on the bloopers, I believe I showed Danique at level 22 or something. She is now level 80, and we will come back to showcase her as I do play her quite a bit, and she is looking pretty funky. Gunthix is a pure World v World character. He is a guardian, frontline, all that other stuff. I use him a lot for commanding, and he has a ton of siege. We won't take a bigger look at him today because that's pretty much him in a nutshell. Lycanthropy is the character that I'm working next towards map completion. She is currently 54%. She does a lot of my showcases. She is in fact a Messner. Now, I did not show a lot of her in the recent videos as I've got some other Messners and stuff like that now on my account. Next up is Gunthix VI. If you watched the Frenzy video, I believe Gunthix was in it as a female with lots of multicolored armor. She got a makeover and turned into a guy somehow. Don't know how that works, but Chars can do it, it seems. So yeah, she now has really wavy hair, and I just like to sit here and wave it because that's always fun. Gunthix just got a revamp as well, and he now wields the lightning hammer Mojania, I guess it's called. And so he pretty much has his whole look focused around the wielding of that one hammer. Next up is Danique. Danique is my new ranger. I think he's like 4 or 5. Oh, it's a she. Okay, she's like 4 or 5 days old, and I purely just get on her to get in guild and say, "Hey Roy, what's doing, man?" And that's pretty much her goal. Uday's #1 fan. Troll Uday, jump in. Hey Uday, your #1 fan. Follow him around and stuff like that. Just saying you're #1, everything like that. Generally, it is a troll character. Danique. For a while, Daniques were only female. The name Danique actually ports over from my Rift account, which was Isa Danique, and we'll get to her in a second. But Danique was for Val, who does a lot of the designing of my characters. He gets on my account and he changes a lot of my characters up to make them look even more sick. So I made a character, Warrior, to resemble him, and then yes, he looks like a tree in real life. Let's get that off. But yeah, I want to get this one to 80 and give it to Val so he can design his own warrior. Alyssa Danique, she will be my next 80. I'll pretty much put her in front of everyone else because she has really kawaii hair and I like the pink. Pretty much after my Gunthix got destroyed, I wanted to get a female guardian going again, so I decided to make this one. Gunthix, first of the Gunthixes. Yes, first of the Gunthixes. See, there's an accent. He is generally a waste of a level 80 character. He doesn't do much, nor does he have anything on him. I believe I used him in the guild challenge where it was naked dungeons because he had the bag space but had nothing in them. Isodenic, you'll see me on this character a lot in my showcases and generally a lot in my account tour. She is by far one of my favourite characters in this game. She dual wields incinerators. I've bought countless outfits and I've spent thousands upon thousands of gold just on her colour set. She went through reds, she went through blues, she went through blacks. She's now into purple. And I don't know what colour I'll go next, but I've spent probably 8 or 9k on her as such, with all her outfits, with all her armours. She went through a phase where she couldn't wear the same piece of armour for more than 3 days, and so I finally got back to wearing tier 3 and talked myself into it. Next up is Rain. Rain is my first character to hit 100% map comp. And he is generally wearing all rares, I think, because he was stopped playing pretty much when exotics were introduced in the game, so we're talking like week 3 or something like that. Next up is Mafia Thix. Mafia Thix is my pirate. I'm probably going to keep him in this outfit with this colour set. Mafia is a person in my guild, and Thix, of course, is the end of Gunthix. I like to put that in most of my characters that I make. That tells people that it's pretty much me. Next up is Gunthix. This is my now main warrior. He has 100% map comp. We'll go into his character a little bit more later. Right now he's just wearing the ancestral outfit. Next up we have Thix. Thix is like my third Ellie, but second level 80 Ellie. She turned blue, and we will come back and have a look at her character a little bit more. Don't take much notice of her map completion. She is actually a really fun character to play. Next up is Gw2. Yes, that is my character's name. It is terrible, I know, but she is absolutely adorable. I like to get on her, and just, it makes me feel a lot better. She is absolutely adorable. Again, Val designed this one, and my props go out to him. She is amazing. Next up is Gunthix. This one has no accents, therefore it is my first warrior, my second character on my account. She pretty much is still wearing the same armor that she wore when I used to command heavily on her. She is my first map comp. I believe she also has a legendary, I don't know which one, I think it's an eternity or something like that. But we won't have a look at her account because generally she's quite dull and boring. Next up is Gw2 with a big ugly smile. Oh, that smile. This was because Gwen never had a thief, and I decided to make him a thief. Of course, thief is thief. So, pretty much made it just for World v World to run around with Gwen. Next up is another Gunthix. Yes, we're getting into the realm of too many Gunthixes. I know. 2% map comp. This one was made. I started doing map comp, and then I kind of got tired of him and put him on the shelf. Guncrow is my roaming Necro. I generally will roam with him in our group. He has a lot of different armors. He has armors that change just his trim, not the black, and they all look exactly the same. Some change him to yellow, others are more of a deep color, deep red. That's the enameled crimson, and then this one you see here is the flame dye. Eliza Thix, she was purely made for the Norn medium cultural armor, which looks absolutely amazing. Again, has enameled crimson. I think that's silver and abyss dye. That's pretty much her role, and that's as far as I really took her. She used to for a while sit at the Karka Queen, and then I got sick of farming that. So next up is Catbug. Catbug is my Ellie. She is absolutely adorable. I love playing Catbug. She got stripped of all her legendaries and put on Thix, so we won't actually look at her because I think she doesn't have anything on either because she just has an outfit. Gunnick is a waste of my time. She has like 4 pieces of Ascended and an Ascended staff. She's generally boring and I hate playing her, but I am working on map comp with her. And last is Mentalist. Now, Gun being Gunthix and then Mentalist, and the whole name just seems to work. I like to use him a lot for showcases, as he does make weapons a lot larger. Before we go any further, I'll click this little tab and it'll show you 100% map comp, of course. Order Whispers banner. Now, I have this banner, but I've never actually completed full level 80 story mode. I've only gone to 30 to get some Whispers gear, and then I think I put it on my Ranger, and I think he's the only one. Equipped a legendary weapon, of course. Realm Avenger, I did a lot of World v World, about a year and a half of World v World, solid World v World. And so I got that fairly high, but as such, I don't really do much World v World anymore, so it's not really going to move. And I don't do PvP at all. I pretty much did it because we were training for rally and stuff like that, so we had our own guild room, and I pretty much got those points just from that. So we will go to Seodinik and we'll jump in game and have a look. Okay, so we're in game. Before we go any further, Uday's Beats is the first of my pet. I'll change pets, and then my other one is, wait, where'd it go? Gunthix. So they're both birds, they're both fairly useless, so they resemble Uday and Gwen quite well. Don't hate me, guys, I love you. No, but before we go into my bank, I will show you inventory. She has the original Wings of Dwayne for my showcase, a copper-fed Salvage-O-Matic. She has a Silverwaste Shovel, which is always fun, a Leyline, Daydreamers, Berserkers, Greatsword, Bite of the Eben Viper, I think that's the original one, and generally some other useless stuff. I don't clean up my characters a whole lot, so they generally have a lot of trash on them, which you will find out. If we go into her equipment, she has pretty bad rings and stuff. She has the unlimited gathering stuff. She has Rodgort, which is a legendary, the real Infinite Light, and a Leyline longbow, which I will be doing for a showcase. She also wears full ascended equipment. Okay, and into my bank. So my bank is a mess. Please don't make fun of it. I have Mordry, Star of Gratitude. Don't use them because I am actually one of the few people in the world who need Bloodstone and Empyreal Fragments. I also need a lot of Dragonite because I don't have a lot of it. Some other fun stuff, I don't have lots of Tome of Knowledge. As I said, I don't do a lot of PvP, so I don't get a lot of them. I like to keep dies. I don't know why. Probably the fact that I'll never get another die because I have most of them in the game now. 2 experience scrolls. These got a beating the other day. I think I had like 14 or something, and now I've got 2 because I made a lot of characters for the last 2 or 3 months. So probably like everyone else in this game, I have a lot of fractal rings, and then I have Magister's Field Journal and some Agony Infusions that generally don't know what to do with them. I have some embroidered belt pouches. I can probably get some Dragonite and stuff from them, so that'll be fun. And then I have some luck, as well as some Mystic Forge stones, which are great to make the Mystic Forge salvaging kits. Now I got some merchants and boring stuff like that. I have a map comp, 2 gifted battles, some clovers, some wine that someone sent me from the channel, which made me laugh quite a lot. I also have Gift of Howler, which will probably never get changed into Howler. Don't know what either of those do, but they do something cool. And then just some Ascended crafting stuff. And I guess one of those is used for weapons and one of those is used for armor, I'm guessing. And then I've got Juggernaut, Kraken, and Predator. They're not skins, they're the original legendaries. I just don't have anywhere to put them. I didn't really want to go through this too long, but we'll quickly go through it. As you all know, I have every legendary in the game. Infinite Light, Lord Teus' Shadow, some cool ones. Jormag's Breath is also extremely cool. You'll see a lot of the red variant of that one, which you actually get from porting over from Guild Wars 1. Unfortunately, I didn't play Guild Wars 1. Another cool one's also the Phoenix Sword, has this awesome red glow on it, and it looks amazing all in all. Super Sword is actually one of my favorite. Gets this cool blue particle effect and goes all glitchy. Unfortunately, Super Adventure Box didn't come back this year, so I couldn't farm anymore. Also have Whisper's Blade in terms of swords. In terms of hammers, Mogineer. As I said, I built a character purely around Mogineer. I also have Entropy, which is the purple variant. And then Genesis, which is also the gold variant, I guess. As well as, there's not really any more fun hammers that I have. And then I've got Juggernaut. Some longbows that I've got. Anthropedia. Anthropo. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to say that. That's a fun one anyway. That one actually helped me make the karmic converter, but I have a severe disability with obtaining karma, so I don't have a lot of that. Leyline longbow, which will be in one of my showcases. That's just giving you an inside look to how actually cool it looks. I also have Gw2 and Wings of Gw2, which you pretty much saw in my account. Verdant bow, which is pretty much a leaf green stuff. It's always pretty fun to troll someone with that. In terms of short bows, I have Crustacia again because I made the karmic converter. And then I have Feathers of Gw2, smaller version of Wings of Gw2. And some other fun ones would be the slingshot as a short bow, because why not? It's one-handed and it's actually really hilarious. I also have Dreamer, and again I have Verdant one. I also have Stardust, which was actually really lame until it became a skin, and now it's actually pretty cool. Gives a nice little particle effect and has some nice lights on it, which is always fun. Axes, I don't really have any cool axes. I suppose you could call Corrupted Scaregox a cool axe. It actually looks really clean and really cool. That was a bad pun, I'm sorry. Phoenix Axe is also a really other cool one, and has this really cool red effect on it, which, I don't know, I guess is kind of meant to be like blood. Mystic Battle Axe doesn't even look like an axe, but it has cool lightning to it, so there's some cool particle ones for you. And then I also have Frostfang. Daggers, generally I don't go too far in terms of daggers. There's Shadow Dagger, which was only got recently because it only came out recently, but I've got that one. I've also got Incinerator, of course, and some other cool ones are Corrupted Shard, which on Asurans do look cool, but on this character look incredibly large and useless, I guess you'd say. Tormented Dagger is also another really cool dagger skin. I really like that one. So, in terms of greatswords, I really like greatswords, and I do go around collecting a lot of them. Belinda's greatsword, because it unsheaths, is absolutely cool. I'm not one to care about the fact that the sheath doesn't remain on the back, but some people are. Cobalt, plain looking greatsword until it's wielded. Blue flames, always cool. It actually illuminates effects, so as you can see, it illuminates my character, which is all pretty cool. Corrupted Avenger, just absolutely amazing. Gives a really nice particle effect, and just looks cool in combat in full Fofi's Essence, another really cool one. I've also got Eben Blade, which is one of my oldest and favorite greatswords, just because how plain it actually is. There's no effect on it, but it is just a clean looking greatsword, and I really like that one. Another cool one, Guild Sunderer. It is massive. Put it on a char character and it just becomes overly huge. There's also, I guess, Priory Historical Greatsword. I really like this one. It's one of those ones that are heavily overlooked, but once you obtain one, it is a really nice character. If you have green on your armor like Isa does, it actually, like Sia does, it actually looks really clean. I also have Vision of the Mist, purple greatsword, mist thing, I guess you can call it. Also Eternity, Twilight, Sunrise, and I also have a Volcanus. Generally my skins are the ones that you've seen, so there's nothing more to really show you. The Moot, Chaos Gun, because of purple mist off it, is always pretty fun. Then I've also got Quip, and in terms of pistols, I don't really use any others, so I don't really know. Rifle, I've got Predator. I generally don't know much about rifles, so I don't use them. Scepters, Abyssal Scepter, again, it's a mist set, so I really like that one. Anura, because it places a frog at the end of your stick, so that's always fun and hilarious, just for a personal thing. And then I've also got a Mobulus, which is incredibly expensive and gives a really cool particle effect. As well as my favorite, which is Princess Wand. Really cool effect, and it has stars and things dancing around it, so that's always fun. In terms of staffs, Bloody Prince stuff, really cool effect. I gifted this to one of my old friends who stopped playing the game, and then I decided that I wanted it as well, so I went out and got it. Another clean looking one is also Final Rest, which places a gargoyle at the top of a fairly ornate looking staff. I really like that one, and I was hoping they would have more variants of it, but I didn't find anything else in the game. Again, I have Bifrost. Up until recently, I was actually using Final Rest and also Bloody Prince stuff on a lot of my characters. In terms of focus, pretty much can't go wrong with the 3, which is, what's this one? Infinite Wisdom, which is the blue variant. Knowledge is Power, which is the yellow variant, which gives a cool particle effect and also light effect. And then King's Remembrance, which is the purple one, again giving a cool particle effect. You can't go wrong with those 3. Or Inquest Focus, which is a key. There is nothing cooler than running around with a key as a focus. And then I've also got other things such as Spirit Links, which is a Chain Abyssal Scepter Anomaly, which is highly used by a lot of people and highly recommended by a lot of people as well. And then stuff like Beer Mugs, which has like a mist effect in it as well, which is always pretty cool. And then I also have Minstrel, of course. In terms of torches, I don't have a lot, and I will be working on some for a showcase, so I'll actually probably fill up a lot of these while I'm looking for cool torches to showcase. I guess some cool ones that change the effect of the torch color is this Raz's Nightmare. I don't even know if I said that right, but I had to go anyway. Oculus Flame, I believe this is a green flame, so that's always cool, and it also changes a lot of the particle, as well as Rodgort. And then Verdant Torch, which is a leaf that somehow has fire. Don't know how that works, but it does. As well as the Zenith Flame, which for your achievements creates a really cool purple, then blue flame. Warhorns, I have Howler. For a while there, I was using Phoenix Warhorn. I really like the Phoenix Warhorn. Gives this cool fire effect. I don't have the Super Adventure Box one, but if it does get requested, I guess I'll have to get one. And I guess that's about it in terms of Warhorns, because they're not really great. Guild Shields, I do have a couple of favorites. First is Golden Wing Shield, and the main reason is because it just looks so clean. If you wear tier 3 and wear either the Seraph one or the Golden Wing one, you look absolutely ballin'. I have Flameseeker Prophecies. Super Shield was one of my favorite because when it's equipped, the sword comes down and stabs through the box. That is actually one of the coolest things in this game. And the Wolfborn one, because it places really high definition detail of a wolf head onto your shield, which actually projects 3D. There's also the Guild Shield, which will place your banner. The Guild Defender, same thing, a lot larger though. Inquest Shield, which is a large purple variant with lightning in the middle. And the Eben Vanguard Shield, which places wings on your back, which looks pretty cool until you wield it and find that the detail on the back is not what you expected. Don't know what this is. Wow, it is actually a piece of wood. Don't know where I got that from, but it seems real, I guess. And one of my personal favorites, the Verdant Shield. Now, I was using this one for an incredibly long time until I got Flameseeker Prophecies, and I find that a lot of my characters resort back to this after a little bit of time because it's just funny, and I love it. In terms of spears, I know in my showcase I said I don't have fractal stuff, but I did a lot of fractals for a while, and all I ever seemed to got was the fractal harpoon, so that's a cool skin. Another one I guess is Impaler. Impaler is a really cool one, places a red effect on the top. And then I also have Kamoho Ali Kotaki, and I guess Harpoon of the Dragon's Deep, because it actually looks really barbaric and quite clean in terms of everything. Harpoon guns, generally don't know much about harpoon guns, so we'll have a quick look through. This one seems to have a pretty cool effect, and that is X631 Beta, so that's pretty cool. In terms of everything else, I guess I don't really use harpoon gun or care about what the skin is. I think my only 81 is Frenzy, so that's generally as much as I care about it. And Trident, Rockweed Spire is by far one of the best tridents in the game. It should really be made into an on-land weapon, so it can be seen a lot more. But as you can see, it has really cool trail animations and stuff like that, so it is actually quite amazing in terms of the whole thing. Another cool one, Trident of the Deep, and just because it's a raw weapon, it actually looks pretty cool. But if you have a look at the top, it actually gives a mist effect, which is also quite nice, as well as the fact that I also have the Kraken. Okay, that's enough boring stuff, I guess. I will quickly change characters and we'll have a look on my thief. Okay, we are back, and so this is Isa Danique. Generally she wears outfits, so we'll go into her weapons and stuff. Incinerator, they are 2 incinerators. I don't actually like to skin over legendary, so I don't skin a lot of legendaries. She also has some ascended stuff and a Bargnak. I don't know what that does. She also has some infinite gathering stuff and wears full ascended as well. In terms of a inventory, I know it's a lot, but generally this is what most of my dungeon characters look like. And yes, that is silk scrap. The TP bugged out on me one day, and unfortunately I ended up with a lot of silk scrap. She has just your standard dungeon stuff. Some other cool things she has. She has Bolt. Wait, that's... What's she got on then? Okay, so she also has the Dreamer on as well. So she has Bolt, Incinerator, well, 2 Incinerators, Dreamer, and Quip is just there. She has a Guild Heroes banner. I mostly use her for missions and stuff like that. And she has the Karmic Converter, which for 5,000 karma, you have the chance each day to get 3 ob shards, 5 ob shards, or 10 ob shards. 3 appear each day, so no matter what, you can save 1,000 karma if you get the ob shards. As you can see, my karma isn't that great, and I just realized that by pressing I showed everyone my gold. So yes, I guess that's my gold. Again, Copper-Fed Salvage-O-Matic and Mystic Salvage Kits are a must on most of my characters. She also has a permanent Bank Express, which allows me to access the bank from pretty much anywhere I want, which is always pretty cool in case I need a merchant for the group and stuff like that. Okay, and she is actually outside of the home instance, so we'll jump in and I'll quickly show you that. Okay, we're in here, and guys, I do apologize. It is extremely boring, I know, but we'll get through it as fast as I can. So, in my home instance, I have everything except for the onions and things like that, so I'll quickly run around. We got the red oak sapling, as you saw. I just got some ancient wood. I've got the quartz nodes. So, generally my account, to make you feel a little bit better, has just over 12,000 hours on it, so that is personal hours I've put into the game, and a couple hours from guild members who log in as me from time to time. I have everything here, including orichalcum ore, just around the corner here. I generally give this away to people, so if you do want to jump into this at any time in the game, feel free, just message me and I'll jump in it for you, as long as I'm not incredibly busy or halfway through a showcase. I'm generally happy to do that. If I don't respond, it does mean that someone else is on my account, so please be aware of that. I have the Winter's Day gift tree, which is great at the moment, as that gives that gift, and it's currently worth like 5 or 6 silver. And then around the corner here we have some saplings, and then also this pretty cool thing, basic cloth rack, which immediately gives you wool scraps and cotton scraps. Also have the crate obelisk shard. So that's pretty much my home instance. And before I go too far, I just want to show you my outfits, I guess. And some of my favorite outfits on this character are the noble outfit, which looks pretty cool, the ancestral one, which you'll see her wearing a lot, as this is pretty much her main one at the moment. The exemplar, which she used to wear, is also pretty cool, and she has the fancy winters as well. Pretty much all these outfits I bought purely for her. That was her slutty one that she wore for a while, and then I decided to change it. And while we're in here, I'll quickly show you my dyes. So I guess we can push past all that, and as you can see, I have like glints, crystal, enameled, a lot of enameled stuff, deep glacial sky, flame, as well as other things like Celestial. I think there's an Abyss there, Midnight Purple, I think that's pretty good. Illumination's one of my favorite yellows. As you see, I put a lot of that on. Celestial, Abyss, Enameled Crimson, and Enameled Solitude are more or less my favorite favorite colors. Sorry if I learn how to saying. Oh my god, I can't even English right now. And that's great. So I'll jump back out and I'll get on my next character, and I believe it'll be my warrior. So it's pretty much like BAM for everyone, and you get to see my warrior, but unfortunately I had to go through a login screen. So right now he has a skinned Wings of Dwayne, I believe, because of the fact that he would be doing a showcase, I guess. This is his standard armor set. I put on the other thing just to show off the weapons a lot cleaner. He has full ascended. That's full ascended. The things I'm about to show you in his inventory are nothing to get mad about. I do apologize. This is kind of the reason, and here's the reason why I didn't want to show my account. But this is his bank. Oh well, his inventory anyway. 160 slots. He has everything unlocked. He has Kudzu, a Howl, Dusk, the Fractal Harpoon I showed you just earlier, Moot, Tooth of Frostfang. That's the Priory Historical Greatsword. As I said, I'll put a Force and Undead on it. I like the Phoenix Axe, as I said before. He used to be my main dungeoner, and then I slowed down. Again, he has the Copperfed Salvage-O-Matic and the Portal, the Home Portal Stone. That's the main reason that I pretty much did up a lot of my home instance, was just so I could use that. He also has the ability to summon a merchant whenever he wishes, and he has some secondary armor that has some knight stats for World v World, some berserkers, some of it's gone ascended, and then he has things like Call of the Wild, and okay, so that's for Karma. He has Experience and Agony Resist. He also has, I don't know why that's in his bag, but he has a Frenzy, an Eternity, Kamiho Ali Kotaki, Howler, Frostfang, and a second Eternity. And yes, I will show those again. They are not skinned. They are actually the originals. I do have two, and I don't know. Okay, I'm lost. But generally, yeah, he is one of my favorite characters in this game, and I spent a lot of time on him, and just getting him to the point where I was happy with everything. I learned to solo loopy on this character, so as such, I have spent an enormous amount of time with him. I'm slightly burnt out of warrior at this point in time, so I don't play him as much as I used to, but generally that's where he stands. So we'll move on to the next character. Okay, so my next character is Gunthix, who is my Elementalist, obviously by her name. In her inventory, she has Minstrel, Incinerator, a Mobulus. Wow, that's level 80 white weapon, so that must have been for the showcase. Don't actually know what else she has. Experimental Remnants are pretty cool. Fairly cheap, they're like 1 silver each, and they give you 8% damage while you're moving. They only last for 10 minutes, so if you have those ones that increase food duration, I guess you could pop them and use that with them. She has a lot of armor and stuff that I don't care to salvage. Let's have a look at her inventory. Again, she wears full ascended. She doesn't have any trinkets. Okay, but she seems to have a ascended back piece, which is always pretty fun. It's always fun to find out that your character has stuff that you didn't know about. And then she has unlimited gathering tools. She has Meteorologicus and Incinerator. I always thought she had Bifrost, but I don't actually know where that is, so that's real. And yeah, she's pretty much blue. I use her a lot for AC and things like that. I like to use Ellie in AC. And other than that, after a makeover, I don't really use her that much. And those wings are incredibly annoying, so I'll turn them off. Oh, I guess I can show you that. So this is my guild panel. As you can see, there are no members on. I'm actually offline right now. And that's pretty much all. Eights and berries, they were good. 42 members. As you can see, we don't have a thing that says, depending how long you're offline, we will kick you or anything. We're fairly lax and all that sort of stuff. So that's a quick look through the guild. Some people that you may know. Uday, one I always give a lot of crap to. He plays a fair bit. There's also Val, who does a lot of the graphics for #Gwen-Talks. And then there's Gwen. So, as you can see, Gwen hasn't played for 3 days. Don't know why. And generally, I have my guild bank, which has a lot of people in it. I don't know why. Guards of Gank Squad, which is our World v World guild. This is a troll guild because me and Val went into a dungeon and lagged. And so, we are, by night, we are good. By dungeon, we are lag. Because we couldn't get into the dungeon, we lagged so hard. And then this is another guild that I'm in. I don't actually ever rep it. I'm mainly in it because of Cole. One of the members of Good invited me and he said, hey man, just talk to these members, they're pretty cool. But no one out of that who actually reps plays anymore. So generally I'm just in it for Cole. So we'll have a look at my final character. Okay, so my final character is my Messner. The reason I'm showing you her, even though I probably said I wasn't going to, is the main reason is because she has Anomaly, which looks absolutely amazing, and I wanted to show that in a little bit more detail. I really don't know what's up with her, well, anything, her build or anything like that at the point in time, as I mainly just use her to showcase stuff. So we'll go ahead and have a look. Okay, there's Bifrost, so that's pretty fun. Go have a look in our inventory. I have these extended potions of ghost slaying. They're pretty cool. They last for 2 hours. Mainly, if you want to run a lot of AC, that's the best thing to put on. Everything in there's classed as ghosts, and it will just help you sustain a lot more damage. So, as that, I have a Volcanus, which is actually transmuted over Vision of the Mist, which is always fun. As I said, I have Bifrost, which is Zerka stats. All my legendaries are pretty much put to Zerka. Generally, I don't change anything from that, even if it's like a Condi class or something now because of the new update. I have some map pieces. Don't know what it does when I get all 4, but I'm sure someone will tell me. And I have 17 blade shards. I also have a personal Trader Express. I'll probably move up there to make it look a bit cooler. And I have some bandit skeleton keys. That's cool. So, and then a lot of celery. Yeah, I don't know why I have a lot of celery, but I do, so that's always fun. Now, I just want to go through quickly my achievements. As I said, I don't have a lot of achievements. 12,835 right now. I don't do my dailies or anything like that. As you can see, there's 0-3. Oh, there's some Crider Lumber. I'll probably get that when I go back to my home instance. But that's about as far as I'll go. Some cool things that I've got are more or less my titles. So twice told legend for equipping 2 legendaries. That would be my dual incinerators or my dual frostfangs. I can't remember which one I equipped first. Respected achiever. More or less I don't know what most of these do. I have Master Crafter, which is put them all to 400. Put all crafting disciplines to 400. Honorary Script is probably one of my most favorite titles, and the reason being just because you collected so much junk that it makes you feel pretty cool. Also have Golden. Don't care too much for anything that shows off my account too much, like Exotic Hunter, Golden, or anything like that. I thought this bugged for me, been there, done that, completed map 4 times and still never obtained the title. And then one day I logged in and it was there, so that was all pretty cool. Apprentice Toy Maker from the very first Winter's Day event, so that's always pretty cool. And I have a Messeria the Mad King, which is also from the first Halloween, which is the first event that this game ever introduced, which I'm pretty happy, and I like to put that on most of my characters. Some other things that I've got, so we can go through. You can see I actually did that. I think that was part of my back piece. But as you can see, I finished the story and I don't do much more of it. Generally, I've done most of the fractal things. I haven't run around and killed all those chickens yet, because that would be boring. Dungeon Master, I'll get that one of these years. Twilight Assaulter, yeah, I guess. Probably one of these days. Silver Waste, I don't know how I got that. I should probably... Yeah, again, I don't do much achievements, so I'm not a massive achievement hunter in games. Slayer, I've done a lot of Slayer. That's just general gameplay. You can see I've done most of them. Also, almost about to finish my Imp Slayer, so I'll probably finish that in the next 5 years or something. And then Hero is always pretty fun. I think that's for your personal story. So as you can see, there's a lot left open because I don't do my story. You can see here okay, I don't know how to do that, but anyway, Tradesman. What's that? Oh, it must be one of the new ones. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, well, I haven't done that one, nor do I ever think I'll do it. And I've repeated Agent of Entropy 289 times. I'm fairly sure I finished that a long time ago. Explorer, generally haven't explored everything or done everything in the game. That would be the hatchlings that you need to shoot. I need 10 more, but I don't think I'll ever do that. It's one of those things that I don't care too much for. Cultural pieces, I never actually went for that. I just equipping stuff over time I get it. And yeah, generally you can see my main weapons are staff, greatsword, sword, axe, dagger, and short bow. Rifle is a long way off. Same. Oh, longbow's actually pretty close. That's 300 more kills, so I may get that. And then I have 12 shield kills. Community, consume 500 jinx. Wow, that must be a massive community one. And then win 50 costume brawls. That again is another large one. Hall of Monuments. As I said, I didn't play Guild Wars 1, so I have 0. Jumping puzzles, finished most of them. I mainly do them on my Messner, as it gives me portal and I can portal people up at the end. Triple Trouble, yeah, I did one event, I guess. Don't care too much for world bosses. Oh, I've done some Tequaddle ones. Oh, I'm one achievement away. What's this? Dodge Tequaddle's tail sweep. Yeah, I don't know that he has a tail sweep, so that's fun. And I've done all the bosses one. Competitive, as I said, I don't do PvP. World v World, so I've competed in all of it. Oh, I came 9th, so that was fun. Master of Disaster was my main focus for World v World back when it was use 1 million supply to build siege in your life. I was up to a little over 600,000 siege used when they removed it from the game. And that was about a year ago, and that's when I stopped World v Worlding hardcore. That destroyed World v World for me, and it was one of the biggest disappointments I ever had in my life. I used to run around to every tower and build 7 to 8 ACs, all superior on the walls, and I would sit in a tower and wait until people destroyed the ACs just so I could build more. I wasted a lot of my life in that, and I was very disappointed in ANET for removing that from the game. Edge of the Mist, done some stuff in it, I guess. Sanctum Sprint, never been there, and I've been told a lot to go there. Same as Crab Toss, and I did a little bit of Keg Brawl, but that sort of died. South Sun Survival, never been there. Belcher's Bluff, don't know. Oh, I think I actually did that with one of my members, and he wanted to get the 50 games played, so as you can see, I did the 50 games, and they're the 4 achievements you get from doing that. Basic collections, exotic attire for the children. Trash collector, that's to get that cool little title that I talked about before, sorry, which is the honorary script, sorry. Well, and you get a big pile of junk. So, utility one gives you a utility primer. And I believe Nope, that's not the one I was thinking of. It might be in the next one. So one of these days I'll go through and I'll get all that stuff. Exotic Hunter was the one I was thinking of. Gives you that karmic converter, and I bought all these when they were back being really expensive. So there's some of the really cool ones that I've got in terms of weapon skins as well. Alot of Gw2. I think that's the back pieces, isn't it? Seal of Gw2. Yeah, okay, so I'll probably never get that. And then the spirit weapons. I'll actually be making this one for 5's power fairly soon, as that was requested in one of the showcases. So in terms of historical, some of the really proud ones I'm happy to showcase are Very Merry Winter's Day. Did both of them, the 2 years of it, and I'm super happy about getting those, because Winter's Day for me is some of the best fun ever. I love just going to Tox's Infinarium and just hitting stuff for ages trying to protect those Doliacs. It is great fun. Never walked around to Alateria and carved the pumpkins. I think I got about halfway one year and then I gave up. And then I never shut any doors, because that was kind of boring. Shadow of the Mad King, did all of those. That was a really fun event. I guess I did something there. And then Clockwork Chaos. Don't know what that does, but I did that. Sky Pirates, you can see. Kill Aether Blades in Queensdale. Killed 20 of 25 and 3 of 25. So you can see that I never really went out of my way to do them. Queen's Gauntlet was one of the greatest fun things I've ever had. I did that and leveled Catbug completely to 80 from level 2 to 80. Super Adventure Box. I loved Super Adventure Box, everything that it did. And World v World Tournament. Again, Edge of the Mist. You can see I didn't do Edge of the Mist. Or 10 Ruins. Oh, I was pretty close for that. And Season 1, I think, again, it would be Edge of the Mist thing. 30 mercenary camps. So yeah, as you can see, I did all the less boring ones. Didn't like Bazaar of the Four Winds, so I didn't do too much of that. And then the Flame and Frost, I don't even remember what that was. Secret of South Sun, that was when Karka first came out, and our guild was fairly active back then, so I actually really enjoyed doing a lot of that. So guys, that's pretty much my account, all wrapped up. The boring bits, it was incredibly long. You can pretty much say how much you hate me in the comments below, that's fine. So as always guys, may your game be good.